Good morning. Let's turn off that light because it's really, really bright. Hopefully it doesn't fall over. It's kind of fragile at the moment. But hello, it is my face. Today we are going to talk a little bit about paint and supplies, and then we're going to get into some painting. I was chatting with somebody yesterday when I was offline, and they were like, I can't afford to paint. It's so much money. It's very expensive. You have to have, these expensive brushes and this expensive equipment. And nope, I can get you painting for less than $20 and painting beautiful pieces of artwork. They are not a sponsor. I just like drinking it. Anyway, it's not expensive. Hi there. Maybe the expensive part is watercolor paper. You can get a couple different kinds. Hey, Aurora. And you can pick them up for between $8 and $10, but you don't need to buy it. You can go get a cardboard box and paint on that. You can paint on anything you want. You really can. Crackers, probably not going to work out because once they dried, they went whoop. I mean, they literally were this shape without the top. If you cut this off right here, that's what the crackers look like. But all I use is like an old painting I did, and I'll tape a paper to it. Just plain paper, masking tape. I like the purple stuff. Blue's good, but it's a lot tougher to get off paper. But if you want your stuff to stick to your board, this stuff will work. Excuse me for 2 seconds. It's just early morning for me. If you want to tape a picture where you want to run a horizon line or something, I recommend getting this mint tape. This mint tape is awesome. This was sent to me by a subscriber. And it is great stuff. It works very, very well. It comes up very easy. Comes in little tiny. Comes in rolls about that big. It almost looks like you should be putting it on a Band-Aid, but it's almost paper. It's very papery. It rips like paper even. But it's good stuff. It works super well. But as far as paint goes, you can go out and spend the big bucks. You really can. This stuff, apple barrel, 58 cents at Walmart. Pick up a couple bottles every time I go. I like using it. Do I have the expensive stuff? Yeah. I paint a lot. So, I got Liquitex and Winsor Newton, Gallery and all those, and, not Winsor Newton is Gallery. But as far as the equipment goes, I mean, really, I've done thousands of paintings. Thousands. I mean, I did 1,000 last year. All by itself. But, just the package that they sell at Wally World, it comes with like this and a few other ones. It's got a kind of an assortment of paintbrushes in it. Maybe it has a fan brush, yeah. Here. It's kind of like, comes like this set. I think they were on sale the other day for $8. Oh, not $8. Yeah, $8. So you're at 18. If you buy like 4 or 5 paints, you're at $20. You're painting. That's it. You don't need any, this is for acrylic, mind you, not oil. Cheapy bowl used to be part of a camping set. The blue ones that you get like 4 or 5 of these with a pot. Pick them up at a yard sale. I think I paid $1.50 for the entire thing. Works great. I have just a, for scrapbooking, piece of wet paper towel and a piece of wax paper. That is my Stay Wet palette. Another 50 cents at a garage sale. And well, okay, paper towel might cost you an arm and a leg right now, but that's not part of it. So far we're into, okay, let's call it $21, $22. $22. We paint this stuff for $22 completely, and you can do I don't know, 20, 30 paintings. Hey, Purple Tube. You can do 30 paintings for that amount of money. Easy. That's 30 pieces of art. And if you paint on cardboard, cereal boxes, you get done to cereal. Big box. Cut it. There's 2 pieces. Front, back. Sides are kind of hard to paint on. Bottoms, tops are hard to paint on. But if you flip it inside out, the inside of it doesn't have the writing on it, is a nice piece of material. I have painted some very nice paintings on the inside of a cereal box. And if you're going to do YouTube and you're going to paint every single solitary day, you go through a lot of stuff. But I just wanted to, let you know that this doesn't require the multi-million-dollar investment to paint. You can set it up on a box. Take an old cardboard box. They're square. You leave the flap on it. You leave one side and you leave the top. All the way to the other side. Cut the sides out. Fold it down. Flip it under. Tape it across so it's going to be kind of shaped like a triangle with the bottom and a little tab. That tab hanging off the side, the flap, you want that because if you tape your painting up, you need the flap so the paint's going to land on the flap and not on your table. Just a thought. Not very expensive to do. You can really use anything. Me, I have an easel, piece of wood, blah, blah, blah. But let's go ahead and start painting. Now that I've given you my spewel. Okay, now that I blah, blah, blah for 20 minutes. Let's paint something. Oh, that's an anti-move. We're not going to do an anti-move today. Oh, too late, I already did. So let's think about what color we want to put in this thing today. Let's do one strictly craft paint. Okay. And I'll show you exactly what I use. Today is Blue Kazoo. Let's go with Cobalt Blue, just because it's sitting next to me. So we've got a light blue, medium blue, a little bit darker blue, craft white. Came in a big tube, white paint, nothing fancy. Let's squirt that over here. Oh, excuse me, that sounded terrible. But that's what happens when you eat white paint. English Ivy Green, grass paint. Let's put a little of that right in there for a tree. Oh, of course, we're going to throw the lime tree green because we love lime tree. So basically, we have blue and green. Now, normally, a lot of people would grab the black and say, oh, I need a black because I got to be able to tint dark colors. No, I'm going to put my face in your way. No, you don't. You need brown oxide. It's a dark brown. It'll tint your colors. Or be frozen in a tube. One of the two. Okay, apparently that one's been around for a couple minutes. That might have been one of the ones I picked up at a garage sale. A bunch of them. That was probably one of them. Yep. So that paint separated a little bit. But okay, we're going with a chocolate bar instead. Brown. So we have a green, a blue, and a brown. I think we can do something with that. And a pair of glasses. Just saying, might be a necessity. Just grabbing that brush, water, nothing fancy. Got a paper towel. I have a towel down here, but paper towel works. Let's just put on some. Let's avoid splashing ourselves with paint. Why does it seem like my easel is getting closer and closer to me? Yep, Van Dyke. Van Dyke is pretty hard to get hold of in acrylic. At least it is up here in acrylic paint for me, personally. I mean, other people can get it. I have a hard time getting Van Dyke brown up here. I can get black, I can get raw umber and stuff like that, but in oil paint, Van Dyke brown is like the go-to. I have lots of it. Let's just kind of blend ourselves in a little sky here. A little blue, a dark blue up top. We'll just ease it into that white we put in there, so we end up with, just softly touch it. You can even grab some of that blue kazoo color. Put that right in here. Good slob of it. Slop. It's not a slob. Oh, it could be a slob. No. It is kazoo after all. And we'll just kind of blend that down in there. Still nothing fancy, no fancy strokes, no fancy brush, just easing it back and forth a little bit, kind of blend it. Grab just a tiny touch, a little bit of white, and we'll throw that right in there. Let's just kind of do a simple sky today. A couple of simple little just barely visible for you guys. Just kind of just tap them in sideways, kind of in little circles. Welcome to early morning me, where I talk a lot. And afternoon me, where I want to go to sleep. It's a little harder to deal with. Now, believe it or not, I'm going to grab blue. I'm going to mix those two blues. And I'm going to grab a corner of brown and put it in that blue. And yes, it's going in my sky. It's going to go in right here. We're just going to tap it in there. It's kind of a neat green gray, isn't it? Made kind of a gray, kind of a purpley gray color. Good morning. Bree, how are you? That voice might just annoy me enough pretty soon to change it back. But not quite. It irritates Sonia, that's why I leave it here. So we're going to just mix up our little gray color again, get a little bit more. Got a little bit purpler tone to it, so it's a little darker now, which is fine. That's good. That gives us another layer of color. I'll just kind of ease that in there. Yeah, we'll just slip this into the bottom of this one right here. And we haven't changed the brush yet. We're just going to blend it right up into that white cloud real easy like. And it's easy. Requiring very little effort. No special strokes, no special technique. No, oh man, I gotta spend 7,000 hours learning how to do clouds. No, just ease it. Soft touch. Just kind of blend it down so it disappears on the bottom. And we'll just do this number like that. So now we have sky. If you want to go ahead and put little bums on those things, you can do that. You know, if you want to go in and put a white tushy on them, as Ian Harris says. He calls it something else, but you know, that's okay. I'm not gonna. Bum works for me. I'll just ease that in there like that. Got a little bright tushy. I'll give it a little brighter tushy. Thank you. Remind me to do that later. And like so. Maybe we'll just. So now we have cloud. If you want, you can blend that one out a little bit more. So it disappears. Okay, so we have clouds. Sky. No problem. That was easy. Now I'm going to take my white back again. I could have gone all the way down, but I wanted that to be a little bit kind of a horizon line for me, sort of. Now I know I just painted a bunch of those clouds. That's okay. I'm going to take my brown and my blue. We're going to mix them over here. We're going with the cobalt blue with the chocolate brown. We're going to work in just a, I'm going to do a couple of mountains today because I like mountains and I like to do them. We're going to do really tiny little ones because they're really easy to do. You just hold your brush sideways. You want that top edge to be really what you're paying attention to. Right now, that's your important part, is the top edge. Forget about what the bottom looks like. We're not into painting that part right this second. We'll just kind of ease those in there. See how it's that nice chocolatey color though, and we've got already some shadows and some lights going in there without even trying. Okay, we'll just ease it on kind of sideways. We'll just kind of bring that down, maybe a little darker right there. Still not having any black on my page, just so you know. Just brown and blue. Now we'll grab a little bit more of that darker color and we'll look up here and we'll go, okay, well, here's the valley. It's got a little light over here, so this valley right here is going to be a little darker. Touch more brown in there. Maybe I'll throw just a touch of green just to get that shade just a little darker. And we'll just go down that like that. What do you think? That shape works? Yep. Kind of got a valley that kind of does that, you know? Maybe we get a mountain that kind of takes a turn. Kind of the whole thing heads that way. So the valley kind of runs. You're making people think that that valley's going that direction. You know? And we'll just kind of bring it out and finish it up over here. And we've got a little something in here. Have a dark spot right there, maybe. Kind of just bring it over there. Now we're doing the same thing that Bob Ross used to do. He used a palette knife and he'd do it, you know. So there, now we have the entire mountain range painted without even taking very little effort. Let's take this, kind of blend this. Just blending out the bottom. Just kind of making the bottom kind of hazy. No, didn't put any paint on it. If anything, I'm going to add a little bit more water. And we'll just kind of ease that water down in here. Now, if you want to go all the way to the bottom, you know, feel free. Grab yourself a little touch of white and a little touch of that mountain color. You want the white because you don't want it so dark that it is up there. So you just a tiny touch of white just to kind of blend that out. If you really want to throw, you know, a little bit different in there. But now we have mountain range, high, valley. Still using the same brush, haven't changed it yet. Now I'm going to take my green and put it into that color I just did the mountains with. So it's going to give me a little bit different green than some normal green. Now I want some smaller trees in here. So we're just going to kind of tap these in here. Normally I could change brushes, but we're going to stick with just this one brush today. Just using the corner. We're not getting complicated about it, that's for sure. Just ease that in there. Kind of work your way until you think you got a nice little forest thing going right there. You know. A little distance, you know, it's tiny because it's so far in the distance. You want it lighter but noticeable. So I actually go dark, believe it or not, and I put it on lighter. I press down a lot lighter. I just barely touch it. Now let's work our way across. A little brown back in the green. And let's see, maybe we have one over here too. That valley comes that way, and we got some back here. Just kind of look at what your paint did. You know, you've created these instant little tiny patches of trees and stuff that, you know, it looks like they're there. But really, you're just tapping your brush. Just rinse it off. Now I'm just going to take it, pull out the bottom a little bit so that shortens those up. And maybe we'll go down like this. That type of deal. So now we have, let's throw a couple in there. I see a spot. Like right in here. Just need a couple. It's actually got 3 different things going here. So we're going to go into that blue, put that over there, put that green in there. We're going to turn these to a kind of a green, kind of a phthalo almost color. I'm just using the cobalt. But I can see where this one comes down into a valley here, but this one's got a plateau up here. So maybe we'll just add a little more color up on top there. Just trying to kind of keep it on top of that little. So we've created a little shelf, it's almost got a little drop off right here. So if we go ahead and put the ones down here, you've got a definite distance height, height thing. So just use that in. You guys still here, I hope? I think you are. And we'll just take these, ease them on down. Well, you're not talking. So I was worried. I got conjoined. Now, in that blue green mixture I made, I'm going to add brown again. So we can add a dark spot right in here. And we'll just kind of tap that down in there like that. And bring that over. I'm just going in circles really. So I catch my brush occasionally. And maybe we're just gonna do a little tap right in here. Pull a couple of those sideways. So now we have that. And we'll tap that dark green right in here. And maybe we'll just kind of ease it into the bottom right there. Grab our brush, rinse it off, and work our way across. Didn't put any more paint. I put that little spot right there, and then we're just using the same paint. We're just pulling it with water. Basically like watercolors. So it's lighter and lighter and lighter back there. So we just did a valley. And if you want, if your brush all kind of splayed apart like that, you can go in and kind of add a few. Just kind of move your brush around. Don't lay it flat. Don't try not to go straight line. When you're playing with it all snap apart like that. Because now you've got another layer where you've got some darks and lights in your grass. Your grass has gone from being a single dimensional one color looking thing to now you've got shadows and little pockets. Maybe there's some little tiny hills in there. Maybe you see like right here, there's a little hill. It kind of created itself when I did that. Add some darker greens in here. Got some rocks in there that kind of looks like rocks, so you've got the illusion that we took the time and spent 4 hours putting in all these rocks. Reality is all we did was just tap them. Little tiny short strokes, dark color. So now you have this whole rocky thing right here. I'm going to go into my brown. Oh, don't worry, we're going to use that green, the light green. Now I got this thing about putting big trees in. I don't know why, but right now we're going to put the medium tree in. I put that one right there because we like that size. Clean off our brush, get that extra color out of there. Now I'm going into the English ivy green, and I just barely touched a corner of the mint green. A tiny bit, and we're just going to tap up here. I might need just a little bit more. And my brush is just this corner is going to be on that page. And we're just going to kind of work our way in here. And we go back in and kind of fill it out. We can go in just the tiniest corner of light green. Still not cleaning off my brush, so I've got just this little tiny edgy corner up there is green, light green. And we're just going to kind of do this number with it. Just to give that tree a little change in flavor. So now you look at it and you go, oh, well, I see now I can see where there's some shadows in the back of that tree. You know, that side's dark, this side's light. And we definitely know it's there. So now we're going to go into that brown color that we made the rocks with. Look at the tree. The tree's right here. So we're just going to just make a darker color. Same direction as these. And it's just a wash. It's really not. It's mostly on the tape. The tape stops way up here. Here, I'll draw where the tape is. That's the tape. So you're going to have just this little tiny bit where it's dark. You know, and the direction is, these are going, the shadows this way. So I'm going to kind of try to keep my shadows that side. And it's not much. It's just a tiny bit difference in color. Because there's not like this massive sun up here today. You know, it's just, you got a little bit of brightness up in the sky. You know, you got a little brightness hitting this edge. So you need just, you know that this side's just a little bit brighter than that side. Now we'll go back in. Brown and green. I'll throw a couple different colors of, we're going to basically make a nice dark color. Blues, browns, greens. Should come out kind of a purpley color. And we'll just go right ahead and slap this big boy in there.
TG. Said hi, Jessica, waving hand sign.
Just wiped. Did not rinse. My brush is still got the brown stuff we just made the tree with. So we are just still in that dark. And let's just maybe tap up something here. And I'm just going to be doing one side at a time. I just curling, still using that corner, but I'm curling my brush up. And up is always harder for me. Like even, don't like same size trees. A little bit more paint. Don't be afraid to go back in and dunk your brush with some more paint. And don't forget to put these in here, because wild branches are on this side too. A little bit more paint. I can add a little water if I wanted to, but I think it'll stay away from the water at the moment. And I'll just kind of do that number. Easy. Not too complicated, is it? Not a complicated stroke. Kind of an easy thing to paint. We got this tree that's kind of old and kind of tired. We're just going to grab a little bit of that light green, the lime tree. I just pulled it into the stuff that I was using for this. And we're just going to kind of just tap that in there. I'm going to grab a little bit brighter green, because this is pretty close to us. So a few spots here and there. I'll bring that one right on over there, because we don't want to neglect the other side. Don't just highlight one side. You got to put a couple pieces over there, because some of the light will sneak through. I'm going to go into that dark. Didn't clean the brush, just kind of left it alone, and then we're going to just kind of spread out a little dark right in here. And just a little bit right in there. Maybe a little something green right in the bottom from that leftover from that brush that we didn't wash off. I'll just kind of tap that in there. What do you think? Something like that? Maybe like that. Yeah, let's just do that. Grab a little highlight color. Sure, why not? We need a little brightness right in here. Maybe like that type of deal. Just to show that those branches are down in there. And we'll just add a little bit to this guy. There you go. A little something over here. It's a little bit brighter. But there's a pretty simple painting. Nothing complicated about it. And if you really like to have odd numbers, which odd numbers are always nice to have, we could even just maybe toss in one more right here. I'll just kind of ease it in there. And I know you're thinking, wow, you just did all that work to that little mountain space. That's okay. Nature covers up stuff all the time. We just don't notice it, because we're always looking at the stuff that's in front of it. Maybe that type of deal, right down into the tape. Something in the middle, you know? Kind of that type of thing, or just ease on into that. And I'll just get a couple of those sticking out there, maybe. And maybe a couple over there. So you can see how hard it was to create this painting. Not super hard. Didn't require a whole lot of effort. Didn't take anything but one brush. 4 colors, 5 colors. 2 blues, a white, 2 greens, and a brown. That's it. All craft paint, watercolor paper. And this is, I think it's a good painting, and it'd be a good painting anywhere. Anybody would be happy to have a painting like this. Gonna do something a little strange. I don't do that very often, but we're going to anyway. Let's go with that color. Kind of mix that in there a little bit. Let's see if we can do it. Maybe a little bear in there. In the brush right here. Just bring a little brush around him so he's there, kind of hiding over there in the brush. Just tap it a little bit around him. Got a little bear, just kind of trudging on through the stuff over there. Just see him. A little bit bigger. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use a different brush. Just because we're going to put in something like that, we might as well go for it and put it in right. Blue. Just going to use the same colors though. Brown, green. Basically want a square. This. That right there. Could be a buffalo. Let's go with a buffalo. We're going with buffalo, just because, could be anything. We'll just leave the shape and you guys can decide what you want it to be. How's that? I don't have any red. So we're going to go with this. And maybe we'll just drop you right down in there. And let's sign left-handed today. Yesterday was right-handed. Day before that was right-handed. Go left-handed today. Let's take a peek what we have. Let's just take a small little gander at what we have. Let's keep that pulling down so we don't. I mean, the little tear right there is not a big deal. It's covered by a frame. It's not tearing. It's just tearing a cover off the paper a little bit. There. All with about $2.12 worth of paint. Probably about $1.95 worth of paintbrush. And maybe 50 cents worth of paper. So there you go. Anything's possible. It's not hard. Doesn't require an enormous amount of equipment and paint. And yeah, I know my tree's all kind of wonky, and I like that. I like the fact that he's not straight. Straight trees, they become telephone poles. He didn't want to become a telephone pole, so he did the whole wiggle thing in the middle. But you can see, pretty simple how to do stuff. Horizon line is above the top of my horizon. My mountain does go down into the center, but it starts out up there. Horizon line is actually way ground level's down here. So you have this section right here. You have a section here, and you have a section here. 1, 2, 3. Rule of thirds. Thank you. But we did it all with one brush, except for putting in that little thing in the middle there. But that was only because I should have just left it alone when I had it first painted with the brush. I just had to push my luck. But that's what we have. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you want, I'm going to continue to paint today. My family's not here yet. They had to run into the big city, so I'm alone. So I'm going to paint, but I just wanted to let y'all know I was done with this one. In case you figure out, I've had enough of him one day. But thank you for supporting me. I truly appreciate everyone. Now, I'm going to start another one. If you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. What to paint? Let's see. What can we paint on? Let's paint. We did paper. We did grass paint. Took my glove off. Duh. Just gotta grab a drink before I go on to the next one, because boy did I talk a lot. Yuki. One eyeball, 2 eyeballs, and the mouth with the nose. All right. Anybody else freaked out a little bit about that mountain staring at him? Just saying. It's a little weird. Looking at me. Ooh, careful. That wasn't your thing. I have two of those bowls, and I usually dump one bowl into the other bowl until I want to go empty them in the sink I have down here. And I'm gonna have to maybe pour that one back into this bowl just a little bit because it's a little overfull. So we've done it on paper. Let's put our stickies back on here. I wonder how many paintings that this thing has done. So many paintings. This is when I first started out. This is what my paintings look like. Well, this was a texture for somebody, but yeah, the paint is dry. It's dry paint. Yeah, that was thin watercolor paper, thin paint. It didn't take long to dry. I can maybe get one more squirt out of that alizarin crimson. Maybe one. But I'm pretty sure that this yellow ochre is not going to make it the next day. Because, I mean, I think I got every bit of it out. Hate to waste any, you know. If I got any purple left in here at all, I really would like some purple. Probably not. Dioxazine purple is like almost impossible to get up here right now. And that'll be the last time I have any. Oh well, we'll figure out a different color instead of dioxazine purple. See how many colors we can put on our pants. But right now I'm going for 4. Yep, we got 4 colors on these pants. Oh, these weren't really my junk pants. Oh well. No, it's pretty much done. Let's go with purple. Let's go purple right there. Let's go with some alizarin crimson right there. Let's go with some yellow ochre right there. And a good globular of white through all of them.
TG. Said I'm sorry I can't stay and hang out. I had some chores to do. Take care, everyone.
Thanks, Bree.
Chat soon. The RV DJ. And said by free and stuff.
I got your stuff. And now you guys are probably just looking at me like, what is he doing? Made this big pile of messy stuff. Well, yes and no. Is it messy? I mean, really? Is it a mess, or is it just like the preliminary to a painting? Because it probably is just the beginning of a painting. That just came to me as I was painting this. Messy beginning. I had to get something on my canvas so my brain would kick in. And it's only a partial idea right now. But I think we're going to go with it. We'll see how it grows. We'll see how this mess grows up. It'd be a nice little painting, I think. Might need training wheels in here someplace, but hey, we'll figure it out. Poor brush. I'm painting on canvas, so I have to take a little more effort to put a little more paint into the tooth of the canvas. Could be using up a little bit of white on this one. I like the combination of yellow and purple, a little bit of red. It makes nice spooky-ish type background. And we'll get a little darker right in here. Right in the middle. And we'll just kind of blend that over a little lower. We'll work on that side now. White. White at the top. Get a little bit off our brush first before we go down into that purple. And clean the brush. I haven't rinsed the brush much. I've added water, but I haven't rinsed it really. Oof.
Set 24 to go Bruce.
Yep, I probably should have started a whole another one, but that's okay. Let's grab some white. Got myself dizzy for a minute there. Probably should have a drink of Mountain Dew. Sometimes this angle kind of messes with my neck. Itches off a nerve or two. Alright, we got that nice deepness. Let's grab the red and the yellow. Put that right in here. And go with yellow ochre right here in the bottom. And that will just change colors pretty quickly. Won't stay really bright yellow, that's for sure. Just grabbed a tiny touch of the brown that was sitting there because I accidentally smacked into it. So we'll just kind of blend that in there like that. Grab our white again, right here in the bottom. It's a lot of work just to get one beginning of a painting in it. But it'll work out. I'm just going to bring this in here. Turn kind of a cream color, I think. Yep. Kind of almost a skin tone. So the hard part of doing this is you mixing your paints on the canvas, so when you go to grab another splotch of paint, you kind of have to completely remix back on the canvas again. Alright, so we got that background in. Let's grab the white. Hopefully we can do this without messing it up. Gonna take a little more energy than that to get that to do it. Alright. Ready, Sonia? Dark green. And somewhere's in here.
The RV DJ. Sit here.
Big brush. Light green. Yellow. Little white. Doesn't matter what's your colors. As long as you get shapes. Your pedal's going the right way. You can create anything you want. Any shape, any flower. Background color. is what it is, but the background color was just there to highlight what you're going to paint.
The RV DJ said you aren't pushing back.
No,
You're
I
just
am.
going forward with this.
I am. Because of how much paint I have on my canvas. And what I'm doing right now. We're not in the finished stage of this flower. Pull that down in. Pull that down in. Early stages of flower. We're going to go back into the whole push-pull release thing, and I'm using a very big brush for this.
Said okay.
So we have a really big flower. Big flower. Now, if you want to get it fancy looking, see how it just looks really kind of single dimensional. Let's grab the other brush. Grab the white. Right over that garbage that we have. Now we can go back in and just add some fancy edges to it. Craft paint. It's very thin, so it's a little harder for me to. And I'm by no means a flower expert. I know what I'm supposed to do. And we'll go in that one. See? Painting was already there. We're just kind of making the flower come to life now. We're adding a, and we're lifting up. We're lifting pretty quick. And I'll just go ahead and kind of. That's about how hard it is to create what you want. It really is not. It's not rocket science. Does it require a little bit of patience with them? Yeah, a little bit. A little technique? Yep, a lot of bit. Practice? Very much so. Gotta practice a lot. Do I need more practice? Yep. I haven't got them right yet. But I keep trying. And I will keep trying until I feel like I'm finally succeeding in the shape of a flower that I like. And I've decided that from now on I just kind of let my flowers go. They're going to create whatever shape they want to make. I'm just kind of going to hold their hand a little bit.
The RV DJ said that one is great.
Yeah. It's all about just that dark middle's the big important part. It could be any dark middle. I just happen to have green, so I use green today. But now we can go ahead and put I could put a bigger flower here or a bunch of smaller flowers or I gotta see what that text message is before I. Oh no, that's actually a message. So what color flower do you think we should do next? Maybe something in a red or blue. Got purple up here. Why don't we slap a purple flower in? Grab purple. Let's go with alizarin crimson. Let's go with down here. So it kind of disappears. Maybe that shapey kind of deal. Just I don't know. Really, something like that. Grab my purple, throw it in my white, make kind of a really light purple. Oh yeah, let's just kind of see what comes out of the shape. Let's just let it do its thing. And I don't know. We'll just let the flower kind of create itself today. Yeah, I don't know. There's a shape here. So just kind of work with it. Maybe it goes in right here.
The RVDJ. Said have to change my palette paper. It's really cheap.
And we'll just kind of AKK. And kind of bring that one in like that. So grab a little more purple, slap that over here. I don't know. It might just be too dark. Change color on myself accidentally. So I'll have to go back and fix that one. Hey. Oh, let's just, I don't know, let's just flick a little color in there. Just kind of let it do what it wants. I don't know. Maybe that one gets bigger instead. Thanks, I messed it up a little bit, but we'll work on it. It's only a flower, they're not too particular about being messed up. They're okay with being fixed. Oh, I don't know. What do you think? Should we throw maybe a little something over here? Like right in here. Kind of like that. And yeah, that'll work. We'll just soften that, darken that up just a little bit. I really just use my finger. Shame on me. I got a little of that green sitting right there. It's kind of bumping into me. Oh, it's pretty white, isn't it? Can we just kind of maybe... Really? Did it happen? Did I do it? Oh, sorry. I think I did it. Madonna, did I do it? I mean, it looks like it. It looks like I made the fold. Thank you for visiting. I just got kicked offline.
Carry on.
Kicked me off.
Said hi, Madonna. The RV DJ. Said you were still live, no ping.
How's my audio now? Did I come back?
Said okay, you're back. Carry on.
Well, I guess that tells me I
Said back.
better get off. Is any Sonia? Do you know how long I was on, so I can tell them? By chance? Probably not.
Carry on. Said yes, we are back.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign out before it happens again on me.
The RV DJ. Said it restarted. Says 13 seconds ago.
Teach me. See, I got a fold. First time ever I did a fold. I got it to work, and they throw me offline. So we're gonna have to call this one. We'll keep this one. We'll just keep going with it. We'll create a bunch more flowers in it, maybe, or something. I wanted them to kind of look like they're floating in space.
Said hey.
I didn't want them to be attached at any particular place, and I'm gonna try like 4 different styles of flowers on here.
Said hi, passion for art.
So I will call it for today. I'm gonna try to figure out what happened.
The RV DJ. Said I get the same stupid hiccup.
Yeah, probably.
Carry on. Said okay, Vermont. Andrew. Said Valentine's flowers.
Let's see if I can shut down. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna sign out so I can get over to Melon and see if they can help me.
Madonna free.
Be well.